Like, she died right in front of him, and then, of course, he had that whole moment.
Yeah, and I mean, this line alone, I've never been shot before.
Yeah,
I do not like it.
I do not like it. I wonder if this is so intentional for. Oh my gosh, bro!
Alexa,
Shut up! I'm trying to explain something.
Sorry, I don't.
right?
You are watching.
Okay, what's the word?
You
What's the word?
are watching. There's actually no word to that.
What?
Today. You're watching,
What?
and you will like this. You're watching to Casey Wayland's favorite fan cast.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can go with that.
Without a doubt, this is Casey Wayland's favorite.
I can go with that.
World Live fan cast. And you might be thinking, but AJ, you guys are not the only World Live fan cast. I believe it. And I stand by it. We are Casey Wayland's favorite World Live fan cast.
Okay.
We are the finale of World Live Descendants first season, not the whole series, just first season. This is part 2 of 2 of Wakka. What is it?
Part 2 of 2 of the price for freedom.
There you go, finally. Oh my gosh, you're like going downhill.
Dude, the finale chapter.
I know.
You've only dropped 2.
Hold on.
You've only dropped 2.
Wait. When did I become the number 1 title guy?
Since like chapter 2.
Yeah, exactly. You've been like correcting me every you know. Then
Okay.
when I made a mistake of pronouncing the title, you're like, no, this is the title. So that made yourself become
Okay, my bad. I didn't know.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Exactly. I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is AJ.
Ace.
Wakka,
Welcome. Oh man, yo, this is the second part of the finale. We are done with first season. How many times have you guys listened to this second part?
So far, I've listened to it 5 times now. 6 times.
I'm slagging.
7.
Only 3.
Oh wow. I've including the live show, this is my 3rd time. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
It's my 3rd time. It's but every time that I listen to it, it's like I don't know if it's just special that it's the end of the season. You know what I mean? Like there's something special in your heart. It's like, oh, it's the end of the season. It's gotta be like, you know, Casey Wayland purposely put this in here, and it's gotta be special. You know, it's like watching the first.
Everything has meaning.
Right. It's like watching the first Avengers movie. Like other Marvel movies is better than Avengers movie, but the Avengers is like, bro, we've been waiting for this for years, and it's happening right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's something special about it.
There was no, like, everyone is excited when Iron Man 1 came out. So you got to experience it, you got to love it. But like ever since they started the MCU, you're like, okay, where's the Avengers? Where's the Avengers? They made like 5 movies. Where's the Avengers? Where's the Avengers? And now and so it's been that hype the whole time. It's like it's coming. It's coming. Okay, we got the little side stuff. We're loving the side stuff. But where's the meat?
Yeah, where's the meat? Okay. So, what do you guys think about this finale? The second part. How about when we first listened to it during live? The live show, by the way, was so much fun.
It was fun.
And
Casey and all.
And I'm so bummed that wasn't the first time they've done a season finale live show. They've done it before.
Yeah, it sucked being that this is the first time that we've gotten to witness it.
Oh my gosh, it was so much
Although
fun.
my favorite part of the whole live thing, I think, was just watching Casey getting called out for his pancakes.
Yeah, and not just that, getting strangled,
Getting choked out later. Yeah,
and all the comments like, "How dare you eat that pancakes right now?
How dare you enjoy your pancakes while we're suffering?"
I know, and it was like smiling, and then when you saw the comments like start
just
tripping out,
slowly
like, okay.
It was too much.
Yeah. By the way, Casey, thank you for plugging the podcast. It was a great experience. Like seeing our names, our specific names in there, and
Fancast.
then and Gino commented, by the way, in our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I saw that. Gino, you're awesome.
Yeah, let me read it. And he's the one who put our names up there and follow Captain
Gino was
Bug.
on top of it.
Yes. He said, this is from the We're Alive account commenting, Gorilla Live YouTube account commenting in one of the recent episodes. He said, "Hi, Gino here. Thank you for reacting to the show. You honestly inspire us, and it's fantastic to have such a clear listening feedback. You've given us many laughs as we edit. Go Couch Guys."
I saw that.
And I said, "Hey, Gino, no, thank you for everything. You guys made our Tuesdays way better. Let's be honest. Without you guys, we wouldn't have any content. So thank you."
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Literally,
We appreciate
without all of them, like that whole group, like we wouldn't be here chilling right now,
And talking
getting
about
to
this.
have some fun and make content and be able to experience all the emotional roller coasters that
Yes.
we've gotten to have
Yes.
between the podcast and the
Oh
whole
my
series.
Yeah.
And so I think we can be a lot more thankful than
Yeah. Right.
than them. We can be a little biased on it.
Yeah. All we did is just listen to the podcast and talk about it. And we've done it before. It's like with or without this podcast, we're gonna talk about every episode.
Oh,
But
man.
literally, we've been doing this for years.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like now we're just doing it in front of a couple cameras. Like that's the only thing that's changed for us.
Yeah. And now you guys get to experience it with us. I'm talking about like the other listeners.
Yeah.
Get to experience with us and judge us with our. Let me rephrase it. Judge me with my awful takes and theories. But
Now it's not just me judging you. No, I'm just kidding.
all right, let me hydrate before I educate.
I
That's
heard the
TikTok
gulp
right
going down like.
Dude, yeah, that was a thick one. Just,
Yeah. That, like what Alvin said, I can feel you inside me.
Bro, chats went wild. When he said that, it didn't dawn on me until
How can you not laugh at that when you're listening to it?
I was so invested until you said something. I was like,
I know.
oh
I
my God.
I commented in the live. I said, "That's what she said," and then 2 comments after that. That's what she said. And then it's like, "That's what she said."
Bro,
they're multiplying.
that was funny.
I'm just so happy that I'm the first one who said it.
You're just
Okay, like I
Hashtag
take
first.
Yeah,
Hashtag first.
I know. I don't know if that's something that I should be proud of. I'm happy that I'm the first one who was immature in that live show. What? Okay. All right. So we started where we left off from the part 1 of 2.
Yes.
This is okay. And you guys might say that it's expected the way it happened, but to me, I don't know. I was just, and this is definitely my fault. I was expecting a lot, way more than what should have happened in this setting. So I felt anticlimactic, and that's because
you mean specifically like as the whole episode, like the episode as a whole, or
No,
just
no.
the beginning?
just this
Okay.
the Burt
Okay.
Mera and
Just
Boar
making sure.
interaction. No, not the whole episode.
gonna
The whole
say,
episode
I was like-
great. Are you kidding me?
I was like,
It's what I'm expecting and more.
I think we listened to the wrong episode.
Yeah, I know. No, but this part is like I thought there's
That
gonna be-
meetup.
Yeah, the meetup of Burt, Mira, and Boar. Because I was like on the edge. Like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
I thought that some things were gonna come to light, almost prematurely. Like it wouldn't be premature to us because we've been expecting it for so long. But like, I definitely thought some conversation was gonna be done. But Mira was very careful.
Yeah,
The entire conversation.
I mean, she was very careful, but they kind of said it out there. And like Bert was like,
they
"What
danced
are you
on.
talking about?"
Yeah, they danced on the outside of the line like the
Yep.
whole time. Like they were tracing. Like this is what we're talking about, and
Yeah.
because they knew the picture already, they see what the
yeah.
outline was. But he's just like,
yeah. Because so they went there because Bert wanted to get Golden Shirley,
Right.
and they found Boar. Now, do you think the monorail was already destroyed, or Boar destroyed the monorail?
I think it was already destroyed.
You think it's already destroyed? Because part of me is thinking that Boar got there first and saw that, ooh, this might be a route for them to escape. I'm gonna destroy it.
I don't think she went that way with it at all.
Yeah.
Because if she was really worried about that, she wouldn't have just let them leave.
Yeah, because I think the last stop was the farm, right?
No, that wasn't the last
That
stop.
was the next.
That was
stop.
next.
That's all it was.
That's why Kelly said, "Can we go around?" And then Victor said, "It's a monorail, Kelly." And then Victor said, "How about we get out of this and get
on
that
the next one to
and
keep
Kelly
going
said,
forward.
"That's what I was trying to say."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that wasn't the last stop.
Yeah, no, that was the last stop for them because they couldn't keep going forward
Yeah.
because the other one was roadblocking them.
For some reason, I thought they were at the farm. But okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so they're right there. They found Boris like, "Oh, yep, I've been waiting for you guys. I know you guys are coming here," and things like that. And I love the way, I don't want to say I love, but the way Bert was responding to this whole conversation. It's like,
He was
bro,
like in the middle between
I know,
two
it's
ladies.
like, I have a different motive. So whatever you guys are going through right now, go deal with it. But I want my golden Shirley.
Yeah, like they have like their whole like little interaction, and the board ends up going like, you know what, fine, leave, never come back,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just go.
Yeah.
And he's
Right.
like, so about that,
Yeah.
Seal took my gun, and I kind of want it back.
Yeah. It's in a room.
And
real.
it's in our room. And she's like,
Yeah.
Really? Like,
Yeah, she
you came all the way back here
exactly.
for that. And he's
She
like,
thought they were after her.
yeah, like,
It's like you have a hard time letting go of things, huh?
I
Well,
love how
yeah.
that comes back like a minute later
Yeah,
too.
yeah, with the bastard. But I love the way so when Boris said you have a hard time letting go of things, huh? And it popped in my head. Scratch, because he didn't let go of Scratch like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I gotta avenge what I. You know?
Yeah, like he can hold a grudge like a bad habit, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He can hold a grudge the way he held on things.
Fair.
A very long
So-
time.
Dude, so just this whole interaction's great because Bert's clueless. He's
Yeah.
such a one-track mind. He doesn't even care. The Boar and Mira are kind of like
In a standoff.
they're kind of like attacking each other. Like, well, what are you gonna do? Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
kind
right.
of situation.
Well, when Bert was there, they were like using euphemism and like what do you call those? In like
You know
inside
how
jokes,
that
like
would
an
be
inside jokes.
taken.
You know, like an inside jokes, like
or how do you think that would pan out?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
stuff like that.
because I feel like Mira doesn't want Bert to know that she's part of the family, but as soon as Bert stepped out, that's when she said.
That's when it got
Yeah.
down to it.
Yeah, she's like, family's still happening, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she says the families are still very active.
Yep,
She is very
yep.
specific, saying
true.
very active,
Yep.
which made my night. Like I was so happy about that. The moment I heard that, I was like, yeah.
I'm like, Mira, do you not know that's what's gonna happen in season 2? Come on.
Oh man.
And then so he gets Golden Shirley back. He
Yep.
starts leaving. And
Before he leaves,
yeah,
I
right
said,
before
I said Bert wouldn't stop talking. Had to have the last word. Like, are you kidding me right now? He has to have the last word.
I think when he trash talked her, I think the Boar is a sadist or a masochist.
She enjoyed it. You think?
Yeah.
both. I think she's both.
Yeah, you're right. She probably is both. Because she said right after that, Bert
I really am
insulted
gonna
her.
miss
She's
you.
like, "I'm really gonna miss you."
Yeah, like, hey,
Yo, chill.
Like,
pause.
Did you guys-
pause?
Did you guys feel like I have it in my notes in here? It's like the gun gives him power, like Bert, because he was goofy before he got the gun. You know what I mean? It's like he playing around and joking around and things like. As soon as he got the gun, it's like, bro, this didn't happen if you didn't do this and that. I'm like, whoa,
literally.
What
So
happened?
I'm rewatching My Hero as well right
Yeah.
now, and Gran Torino is literally just Bert, dude. Like
Yeah.
super like goofy and kind of stupid. Like he's just like head up in the clouds.
Yeah.
But the moment like he gets his gun, the switch flips
Yeah.
and he's like, "What'd you say to me?"
It
just flips so
Yeah.
quick. He's like,
oh,
Yeah.
for real.
"Say it
It
again."
was definitely
Sorry,
the gun.
Want to say it again?
Some might say he flipped off.
Okay. Okay.
It's so funny. Like every time I think about him holding the gun, like guns now, like because normally when your hand is off the safety, you hold your hand like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now when he holds his hand off the safety, he's literally
Yeah,
just
I know.
flipping off everybody every time. And I'm like, I'm like, this is interesting.
Oh, that's right.
Personality is
he's
showing
missing a
on the
finger.
side of his gun. Yeah.
That's right. So they got out. The whole conversation stopped. Boar told them, just get the F out of my place, and they met up with the OG. It's like, oh, we're gonna get out. And then Bert said, it's gonna be faster if we use the elevator, right? So they met up with them. It's like, they talked about, this one is just a simple conversation of what's going on with them, and
Right.
and Bert's like, so tell me, Riley, tell me what happened to my glorious bastard, or my
what happened?
is that what he said, glorious
What
bastard?
happened?
No, I don't know about Glorious Bastard.
What happened to the bastard?
What
Yeah,
happened to the bastard? And then Mara said, "You do have a problem with things."
You have a problem letting get things, don't you? Then Vic immediately.
Yeah.
Same with his DVD
Yeah,
collection.
you have
Right?
no idea.
His DVD
Yeah, his
collections.
big DVD collections, and he says he won't let them borrow it.
He won't let Vic borrow it. He
Yeah.
did specifically say Vic, and he's like, no, because when you return it, it's scratched. You don't
Yeah, he
return
named
it.
all these things.
You return it in the wrong sleeve. And, like, he just goes off into him like,
Wow.
man, Vic.
You know that scene when he was talking about the DVDs? It reminded me of, what is that movie that we watch? In that inappropriate movie we watch in our youth group. You scratched my CD.
You scratched my CD.
That's
Oh my gosh, what is that one called? I can't remember it right now.
It was the guy from
It's
Jackass.
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville
doing
movie.
the Special Olympics.
Yeah, that one. You scratched my CD. You borrowed it in broad daylight. You scratched my
That's
CD.
funny.
That was,
Broad
it was
daylight,
great.
and you scratched it.
Okay, so I have a segment. With that said, I have a segment,
Okay.
and this
It's
is
a
an
good spot
early.
to
This is,
do
I
it.
know,
Right?
this is an early segment for our episode, and you might think, why are they doing a segment? It's the finale. It's our show. Come up with your. I'm just kidding. Come up with
Their own scripting.
This is like, this is you with just like Bert. This is my show. I can do whatever I want.
Oh my
My
gosh.
show. I have the power.
Casey's probably like, I don't think this is my favorite fan cast now.
Don't scare him out. Don't scare him away.
I know. Very aggressive. Anyway,
it was a prank. It was a
we
prank.
have a segment. Our segment is just like Bert, excluding the essentials. Essential stuff like food or metal, wood, anything that you might be able to use, like weapons and things like that. Excluding that, what items in the setting of an apocalypse you would be collecting? Just like Bert
So-
with the movies and DVDs and things like that.
So kind of to expand on like the things you wouldn't be using, like the firewood.
Yeah, so-
the most easy way to put it is, what is the most useless
Yes.
collectible that you would be going
Yes,
for?
because if you think about it, like our timeline right now, not being an apocalypse, really close, but people collect like stamps. You wouldn't be I don't think you would be collecting stamps in an apocalypse because they're kind of worthless. Like stamps are worth right now. Like Pokemon cards are millions of dollars. If some,
So it's like in an apocalypse, would you collect those still kind of thing?
So what are the items that's not essential that you guys will be, or we will be collecting? Ace has an answer, so why don't you start?
Oh, you just assume I have an answer.
Yeah.
No,
You
said you had
that.
Yeah, I do. I honestly, my desired collection wouldn't change too much. I would still want to collect musical instruments
Oh, yeah.
because it, it fulfills those couple roles of hobby and stress relief and passion.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
if for like, it kind of, I related that to Bert because Bert collects DVDs kind of for the same reason. It's his pastime.
Yeah,
It's his hobbies, watching movies, stress relief.
Yeah.
And it's something he thoroughly enjoys.
Right.
Like and I wouldn't be collecting them for the firewood because
No.
I would
Yeah. No.
probably be cold before I would try and use any of the instruments for firewood.
So as you guys
be
know,
real.
that definitely confirms Ace is the Joel of the team. He's the one with the acoustic guitar, teaching Ellie how to play.
Oh jeez.
Okay.
Got the acoustic, got a couple of electric, I got the cajon,
Name
got
it
the
all.
ukulele,
Yeah.
got the violin, got the piano.
I know every single one of them. Mine is this is one of the reasons why I came up with this segment, because I just want to mention it in the story of survival when Bert and Riley, bro, this is like a call forward, like totally call forward. But when Bert and Riley, living together, and when Bert started his collections, remember when Saul came over to their new place, when he said, "Oh, I got all of the video game stuff that you want," you know, and Saul said, "What? How come you haven't invited me over?" You know, that's I want to collect. I want to just collect every single video games. Like it doesn't matter.
Electronic
Yeah,
stuff.
it doesn't matter if there's electricity or whatnot. I just want every single one of them.
No,
you know what I mean?
I can understand that. I can fully understand
Right,
that.
and you
That'd
can
probably be a nice second.
you could probably think, oh well, there's electronics there. It can be essential. No, I'm not using it for that. I'm using it for video games.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's the thing. Like, is that you're wanting to collect specifically video game
yeah.
stuff. Like, you're not saying you want to collect electronics like radios and stuff like
Right.
that.
No, not at all. Yeah. That's I just like I want Game Boys, I want Game Boy Advance, like every kinds of Game Boy Advance
Pull
out
out like
there.
the old Game Boy Color.
Yeah. Or the brick.
The rig.
The original one. The black and white one, yeah.
Give me that old school handheld Atari.
Or just at least the Game Boy Pocket. Remember the Pocket? The thick
my
black and
gosh.
white one? Yeah.
That's a minute.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, the Pocket. They call it Pocket, but it's humongous.
Our age is showing.
Oh, you're right. Exactly. How about you, Wakka?
Okay, so I really thought really hard because you just threw the segment on the spot. So I had two things though, because as you can tell, of how I look. So one,
Where are you going with this?
candy wrappers. I'll collect candy wrappers. 'Cause
Interesting.
There'll be no facility to make all these favorite chocolates, and when I get old, I'll be like, "Hey, you see this? This used to be Twix, and they're the best in the world." I would have
Interesting.
I would have a collage of all the chocolates that I may have found that will never be distributed ever again.
That's a good idea.
And the second one was what you said, but because I thought smaller. Like if I have to move, I gotta think small. I will collect if I ever come across any game controllers and use it like put it on a trophy.
Yeah.
And like everywhere, I'm like, yeah. See,
Have the PS1 through 5.
Exactly.
The Xbox through 1.
Yeah. But Bert's collection of the DVD is not a bad idea either.
It isn't.
No.
Yeah, but I don't want to use that because that's his collection.
Yeah, because I thought about comics, but I thought Ellie already took that.
Yeah. With the comics.
I want to say, like, with the collecting candy wrappers, that could actually be genius too, because if you ever got to a point of in the future being able to like even just handing it down, the wrappers down, like a lot of wrappers will have ingredients on them.
Oh yeah.
And so you could almost revive
That's true.
how many different candies doing that.
Nice.
there you go.
Candy wrappers.
Yeah. So the
He brought back the Kit Kat guys.
I totally understand why Bert is so possessive with the DVDs, specifically the DVDs, because nobody makes them anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that might be the last copy of whatever show or movie that you have ever.
And not only that, it's like you know how like a lot of brides when they're getting married, they want their something old. That's his something old.
Yeah.
Like it'll forever be his something old, like his something that'll take him back to what life was. And for him, it wouldn't be too much of a change because like he was kind of already doing that right before everything went down. Like he had his store, but he probably spent a lot of his free time watching movies still.
Right. Yeah. And what can say that might be the only, I don't want to say like the possibility of it is really low, but that might be the only history books that's available back then, like it might be all the libraries are burnt down and all that, but the movies you can tell, oh yeah, that's what we used to do, similar to that, but not close, but that's what we used to do.
These
back
were
in
the
day.
stories we told. These were
the
games we played. These
before the pandemic. Pandemic, sorry. Oh my god! Before all of
I
that
mean, you're
happened.
not wrong. It was a pandemic.
Okay, all right. So that was our segment. How about you guys? What would be your non-essential collection that you would still be collecting? It might be stamps, might be still Pokemon cards. It might be like, I love Pokemon cards and I'm still gonna collect every single one of them. I might have all the four. What is it? Four now? The Rainbow PSA 10. Charizards, it doesn't matter, whatever it may be. All right, now we're getting into the heavy stuff. the heavy stuff of the episode.
So okay,
Kind of the heavy stuff.
I did like this part when they went down the elevator.
when it opened, that was funny. That was pure comedy.
This is where Bert is like, the reason why I don't let him borrow, blah 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 blah, and then. Ding.
And if you see any of those, any of the Westport a-holes, shoot them.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well.
And they're just like, hi.
In my head, it's like, man, it's Bert. Your fault. Your fault. You wanted the elevator.
Yes, that's right.
And they're like, they kind of try to talk themselves out of it. They're like, we literally just saw the boar. She said we could leave.
Yeah.
And they're like, really, more Westport lies.
Yes. Yep.
Which really shows like the stance that that Prim had. Because as of right now, it's not really said. It's not really said that like everybody believes Westport is the one that made the explosion.
Yeah.
They just think it was a phenomenon,
Yep.
possibly.
Yeah.
They could think that because they captured the Westport people right
Yep.
before all this, but we don't know for sure yet. And that wouldn't really lead immediately to Westport are all liars.
Right.
So it seems more like they are on the side of Republic, and Republic is pitching that image
Yeah.
to make it so that way when they go to war, they're like, we have to defeat like the liars and blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
I was thinking
Wow.
more like Boar. They knowing Boar, because they serve Boar and they're loyal to her. Knowing her, she won't let any of these Westport people get out of Prim. You know what I mean? So for them to say, yeah, Boar told us we can leave, they're like, I don't think my boss would say that.
Yeah, but like up to this point, like nothing has really been said that she's been like super anti them. She stopped their plan,
Yeah.
but that was the most like anti them thing
Right,
the whole
right.
time, which is
It was,
anti their plan.
It was Nikoma who mentioned it to I think to Vera or someone. It's like Boar won't let. Oh no, Mera. Boar won't let any of you Westport guys out of this place. Like
Yeah.
she would make sure she won't. So that's what popped in my head. Maybe because was that Jackal?
Yeah, I
that
was
was
trying to
Jackal.
figure it out.
Yeah, it's got to be Jackal.
Yeah, it is Jackal.
Yeah, Casilo's dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
Exactly.
the two main ones, like
Yeah.
two main side guys, were Jackal and Seal.
Yeah. Two out of three. Because Walrus is like the main.
Well, I was
main
gonna say
guy.
Walrus
Yeah.
isn't a side guy.
Yeah, he's like the
No.
main guy. Oh, speaking of Walrus, Casey said that's the Roadhog from Overwatch,
Yes.
bro.
Yes.
Let's go, dude. He mentioned a lot of things from our podcast.
I checked the guy out, like, just for kicks, and the way I pictured Roadhog is a heavy or walrus, or in general, like
Yeah.
a heavy dude. I see the voiceover actor like I'm not. He's skinny, tall, but bro, he got a deep voice. Like he's really deep.
And it sounds like that's his normal voice. Because when he's introducing himself
Yeah.
towards the end credits, that's how he talked. It
Yeah.
was so, I wonder if that's his legit voice.
Yeah, he said he did other things, and it didn't pan out, and then he tried this out, and then boom.
Oh, it was crazy good.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
crazy
dude.
good. Yeah. So when Casey mentioned that we talked about him being a Roadhog in Overwatch, and he said the Namrama is Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Yeah, my son." He said, "My son said Namrama." Yeah. So we're getting shout outs from Casey Whalen. I'm telling you, this is Casey Whalen's favorite
Yes.
We're Alive fancast.
Awesome.
All right. So they got into shooting. They shooting.
Looks like in the casino,
Boar.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So because you could hear the casino machines, you could
Yep.
hear the slots,
Yep.
like
Yep.
getting
Yep.
shot and stuff. I
Yep.
love that so much.
So tell them what you said while we're listening to the live. I'm waiting for what Bert is about to say right now.
Yeah.
oh gosh, what was it?
So you said because they were
There's
shooting.
something about a jackpot.
Yeah. Because
Yes, yes.
how him being like the pun,
Like I
the pun
hit
guy.
the jackpot.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Or shoot.
Yeah, I
Jackpot.
was waiting for it.
That would have been a
I
nice
feel like
pun.
that's a missed opportunity.
It was a big miss.
That was a missed opportunity. Jackpot. But yeah, they're shooting each other, and the Bert pull out the hand cannon. SOS Story Survival, right? Hand cannon.
Dang hand cannon, Bert.
That sounds like Saul, bro. That's good. And then Bert said, "Aren't you glad I came back for this?"
Right.
And then
Their
Riley
kid-
out
yep.
of nowhere, dude. That was an out of nowhere moment.
Yeah,
you know?
she made her shot, and then you
Yep.
hear the
Oh
bow
my
and arrow,
gosh,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then you hear the last bullet come in.
So
Yeah.
I literally I worded it like this in my notes. I said I love hearing all the slots and
Yes.
casino machines taking hits.
Mm-hmm.
Did not, however, enjoy hearing Riley get hit
Yeah.
Oh, man.
because it like everything stopped up.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
went
what just
slow mo.
happened?
It's like,
Yeah. now, speaking of, and this might be me being cheesy. Okay, think about this. I want you guys to give me a chance and think about this moment.
He just wants someone else to die.
Now, I wonder if this is so intentional for. Oh my gosh, bro!
Alexa,
Shut up! I'm trying to explain something.
Sorry, I don't.
Alexa, stop.
If you're listening to this,
I hope that could be heard.
oh
in
no, sorry about that. We froze, as you noticed. You probably saw it. I don't know. Okay, so hear me out. In this moment, right? This might be an intentional thing that Casey Wayland did. I'm talking about like the place where Riley got shot.
Yeah,
Remember where was Riley winning when they split up?
Oh,
yeah. She was winning big. She was getting.
She was
super
winning
lucky.
big. She's the only one that's hitting the whole, the winning, like hitting
Yeah.
good.
right.
And when did she get hit?
In the casino.
Maybe not in the same spot, but no, it was the same spot. It was at the same spot.
No, I thought she was at the farm when she was making bets.
Yeah, but they were at the barn.
Oh, I mean barn. I mean the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were at the
Yeah,
same
Wait, is
spot.
the farm and the barn the same thing or different?
No, because
Oh, okay.
they went in the barn. Like Boar went in the barn, and that's where they meet up, and then they were going down the elevator. So it was at the same spot.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was the same spot where she got shot.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I wonder if that was like the intentional things, like, oh, Riley was getting hit. It might not be. I might just be overthinking it. But anyway.
I thought I was the guy that overthinked it.
Hey,
Okay.
if Casey Wayland said, actually, that was my thought.
Well, apparently there were so many Easter eggs that he said it in the show.
Yeah.
That were just missed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like highly
yeah.
missed, and then you're the only one
Yeah.
that caught the studio, I don't know,
The arena.
the arena,
The Coliseum.
the Coliseum, where people
Yeah.
just blew up, flying everyone. I'm
That's how
like,
they died. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I could just imagine if that was the case, of like bodies are just flying.
It's raining.
About that.
Oh, no.
So next.
yeah. So do you guys think that will be the end for Riley?
Maybe because he dragged out Michael dying. So I'm assuming this might be another page where another main OG character is dragging out her death. I mean, the way how she died seemed pretty like nonchalant. It's like,
Yeah, it's pretty like it's not heavy.
yeah,
I don't think
No.
she's gonna die.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if she would have died, at least in this moment, if she would have died from this, I feel like that would have been in the season finale.
that's true.
Like looking at it outside of the story perspective and just in the placement of it, like she got hit in the season finale, I feel like she would have died in it if she
Okay.
could still die.
Right.
But I just
Yeah.
feel like the biggest impact would have been.
No, that makes sense. So she might make it out. It's just the
Yeah.
way how she played her.
It might happen later, like they might drag it out several episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she kind of like starts they finally get her help. Oh no, the end of this episode is happening, so we couldn't get the proper help, and then she dies from something like that. I could see that happening,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I
Like,
feel
'cause-
like it's either going to
'cause
get
how many-
prolonged very massively, or it's just done.
Yeah, because how many moments we had, including the other threes, that something like that happened besides Michael, because Michael's
Saul got
death is-
shot in the chest.
Yeah, but Saul got we found that out afterwards. He has a plot armor.
Well, yeah, but still, he got shot.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
he was wounded on his abdomen area.
Yeah, it was like somewhere in his torso.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that went through.
Whatever went through Tommy,
Tommy.
the bird went through.
Yep.
And
You also had a little bit of Angel you know, but we kind of expected he's already dead, you know. And then the last one
Bert-
was in Datu.
Bert got big injuries, pulled through. CJ got massive injuries, pulled through.
yeah.
Like, so like people do survive with getting those
Yep,
life-threatening
yep.
situations.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, like what he said, it might be a 50-50. She might
it
survive
really
it,
is at this
might
point.
not.
Yeah.
Now when it comes to arc story, it's not though. Like her arc story is not over because she still needs to find out the connection. She still needs that.
She needs that resolution with the
Yep,
family.
with the family.
I agree.
You know, finding out that Mare is still part of the family and
Yeah.
connecting with the
And
angel.
so,
So yeah,
what
having
if
that plot?
What if the gunshot is actually what leads them to going and seeing the family somehow? I don't think this is a big chance, but because Mira is flying,
Yeah.
and she's like, she's not gonna make it unless we go here.
Oh yeah.
Like if the family ended up being closer,
see.
That's good.
I could see
That's
that.
good. No, that's really good.
I think it's a small chance. It's a much larger chance for them to go back to
Yeah.
and like
Westport.
somehow they see. I'm gonna keep referring to it as the end of the episode.
Yeah.
They see that,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Uh-oh, what is this?" And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
that's
yeah.
how
Well,
the
that's a
next
good
thing
one.
If
starts.
anything, they
but
will see it. Yeah. Do you think they will see it while it's happening or before it happened?
I think before.
Yeah.
I think right before, because they're like 50 miles out or something like that. Like they're not far.
Yeah, that kind of makes
Well,
sense.
we don't. Yeah. They might be 50
Or
miles
no,
out.
they're not
but-
50 miles out. The walrus was 50 miles out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Wait, are you talking about?
the end of the episode, like
Oh, I'm talking about, like, after-
post credits.
Oh yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah,
talking to,
post credits.
Yeah. But Walrus wasn't with him.
I know, but I'm saying the 50 miles. I just
Oh,
skimmed
I see
through
what
my
you're
notes
saying.
for the 50.
I see. What
That
you're
was
saying.
the one that
Okay,
was
okay,
said 50 miles.
Gotcha.
So there was not an actual distance. It was an incoming.
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's a good theory.
All right, so
So
she got hit, and they were trying to, they started freaking out. It's like, hey, you gotta save him.
The moment when Casey was eating his pancakes.
Yeah.
This moment.
yeah, this is
This moment.
this is where chat turned on Casey.
Yes, that's right. And he was like, at first he was enjoying it until he started reading the comments like,
and it just slowly started like.
That was funny.
yeah, probably not. And then Bert got a little mushy, and he said,
That's
she's
my
my
best
best friend.
And then she goes like,
I'm your
huh?
best friend.
I'm your best friend.
That's news to me.
Right?
He's like, you
Like,
must not have been paying attention.
Exactly.
I love that.
And then
Like,
she
go
said,
back.
well, you're my best friend too. Ah!
And Miro's like, Bert, cover.
I know. Focus. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense though, because they live together.
Yeah.
You know?
Currently, no.
No. They live
They're
together.
not- yeah.
Yes.
They live together, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They got history.
Yeah, and not that kind of history.
Okay.
Like they had history
Yeah,
together, but
yeah.
they didn't. They never had a
They
relationship.
had very much like it almost seemed like a father-daughter relationship like through a lot of their stuff.
Yeah,
Um
yeah,
because they're both kind of around that age, like where they could have been like that father-daughter
right.
duo.
And he's the one who definitely like supported Riley of ganging up on Scratch, trying
Yeah.
to find Scratch.
Yeah.
Now it might be because of Bert has a
Had a vendetta.
Ulterior
himself.
motive.
ulterior motive. Thank you for the word. Ulterior motive against
Here's your word of
Scratch.
the day.
But I think regardless with the finger or whatnot, I think he would still support Riley.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that it was more fuel on the fire because he's like we just need to do it. We're not
Yeah.
listening to the rules anymore. We just
Yeah,
need to do it.
yeah.
But I think that honestly, if it wasn't for her, he could have waited.
Yeah,
That was just the tipping point.
Yeah, because Bert was a little like, they're gonna be mad and this and that. It's like, and then Riley said, "Do you have any balls, bro? Let's
Yeah.
just go.
Yeah,
let's just go."
And so he was like, "Okay, as long as you're sure, like let's go."
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it really seemed like he was going for her, not for himself.
So when she got shot at the abs, she shouted out something. I don't know if it
Oh,
sounded
it's French.
foreign to- It was
Yeah,
French,
it's
right?
French. Oh yeah, it's
I was like, I wonder what she said in French.
Viva la France! I was like, that sounds right. That's historically right. Yeah. So after that scene,
It
we went to Will
Will,
and
Nick, and
Nicole.
Nicole.
Yep. Will, Nakoma, and Nick, with druggy Nakoma.
Yeah, I kid
She's
you not.
hilarious.
Seriously, this character of her, which I mean, I don't mind it. It just
Yeah.
it ruins the picture I painted of her from the get go until that whole moment where I think they're all dead. Maybe from that point, her character broke, and then we hear her as a high.
Okay.
She was like high, like she's making comments that situations where it seems so serious, and she's making comments like, "I can feel my pinky now," or something like that.
Yeah.
Switching the scene. Oh yeah. So we couldn't miss you. We couldn't miss this.
Yeah,
we
because
couldn't do this without you. That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah. You like this scene, so we can't continue without you.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all
I'm
right.
too popular. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
I'm too popular. Yeah. So yeah, we're with Will, Nakoma, and Nick. They're trying to leave now, and Nakoma's druggy, talking really funny. I had in my notes that she sounded like Riley, drunk Riley.
Riley.
She sounded like drunk Riley with Story Survival.
And I've said it to you guys both, but I want to say it like for the cast as pod as well. Like, it was so funny seeing Nakoma on stream versus her character.
Yeah.
Because it really seems like her, while she's recovering from the dart
Yeah.
and her like giggly bubbly self, that's actually her. Like, so she literally just stopped playing a character for a while and she's just herself.
Yeah.
Like, this is me. Hi.
I know, because she was like
Hey,
very
look, I can move
positive
my
in the
pinky.
live, you know? In the live, she
Right.
was really positive
She
and
was
she was very happy.
bubbly.
It was
Yeah,
so
very
funny.
bubbly.
It was
Yeah.
so funny to see the contrast.
So they were trying to get into a room, right?
Yep. So
Yeah.
it seemed like they were trying to get into like the actual area where, like, it might be like the actual like
I think
Like the airport?
the air.
because Will said they had to go through checkpoint or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They were trying to
Yeah.
get into like the airstrip.
Right.
That's the word.
Okay.
So they're trying to get into the airstrip.
Yeah, the door wouldn't open again. Now, I wonder if this is a nod on what's about to happen. And I love that this is like a story continuity when it comes to the writer, right? Because this is Casey Whalen's point of view. Like, if you think about it, we will be questioning, like, how come it wouldn't work before when, I'm talking about before, when Alvin was trying to swipe it and it wouldn't work. So and then towards the end of the episodes, we know what happened to Alvin. It didn't
Yeah.
work, but with Will, it was just one swipe and it worked. Like what?
Yeah.
But for him, like Casey's like, I want to continue this story, and you know, it's a story continuity. If it doesn't work
Yeah.
on them, it wouldn't work for them either.
And
you know?
and they made it like a very obvious point when it didn't work for Alvin. They're like old equipment.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
and so
Yes.
they
And
gave
Will
a
even said
reason
that.
straight up, like
Yeah.
it won't always
Yes.
work.
Yep.
And so we're seeing it
Yeah.
because we saw a couple times that worked first try, like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
they're getting into like the dorms and stuff like
Yep,
that. Like
yep.
done,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But then like when they're trying to get into like probably more frequently used areas, they're like they're
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
kind of more broken down. They're
Yeah.
having to get worked.
Yeah.
Blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
So it was it's definitely
Great
a story
consistency.
continuity. Yeah, consistency for sure. It's also weird to hear Will cuss. This piece of, you know, like it's so weird to, and
He's been so timid the whole time.
and he cussed. He didn't stutter when he cussed.
I was gonna say, I think this is now the drug talk or his
The withdrawal.
Yeah, the withdrawal talking.
He's like,
Withdrawal's
"This
coming
piece
out."
of-" and no stuttering, nothing. And Nakoma yelling, "Whoa, we weren't eating."
Yeah, because like as soon as they get through, you
Yeah.
hear the infected come up.
Oh yeah.
Nick said something very interesting.
Yeah.
When they came up, when they got in, they're like, "Did you see that
Oh,
last
yeah.
infected?
Yeah.
It looked like a first gen."
Yep, first gen.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Which my question, it popped in my mind when I last heard this. The advanced infected, when they bite whoever, do they turn to that or do they start from first gen?
Yeah, and that's what I want to know now because as of right now, we haven't seen anyone turn from one of the other
Right.
later gens.
Yeah. Because Vera wasn't bitten. She was like struck and
Yeah.
not Vera, Lisa.
Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa.
But it does make it seem like they are going to turn into first gens because Will was saying like the other people are starting to turn and attack each
Right.
other.
Yeah.
So it almost seems like, okay, when you're infected, unless it is like a genetically modified one, like what Ink was doing, they are going to turn into just regular old infecteds.
Yeah. I think it's also important to take note what Nick said too at that moment. Are they turning people? Because that might be a possibility too. You know, like Will shut it off right away, but there's a reason why Casey would put that there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when Nick said, "Wait, are they turning infected?" Like knowing Prim, because you know, if you have contestants there and killing all your infected, you need more infected. Now, if you don't have any infected importing, you need to make your own infected.
Yeah.
You know, and I can see Prim doing that.
Yeah. Like taking people and be like, oh, well, you're not good enough for the game.
Yeah, or
some of the slave
Yes,
labor. They're
yes.
like, oh, well, you're not cutting it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I could see that. I could see both of those.
No, I
Yeah.
could actually
So-
see that because remember what the boar said that if they were not going to participate, like
They would
Nick,
participate one way or another, basically.
Yeah.
they would have Team B would do it and maybe be a part of the whole
Yeah.
walking infected.
Yep,
I
yep.
don't know if you remember that little pressure
Yeah, yeah.
on those two.
The
before,
board, yeah, I agree. So,
you might be right.
They might be keeping some first gen infected in there, and when they got out, when they exploded, or Alvin, who got them out? The boar got all of the infected out, right?
No, wait, the boar?
So Alvin opened the cage for all of them.
No, for Fredo first, and then Boar Boar said,
he
just
told
let
Jackal.
them all out.
Yeah, told Jackal
she
to
just
release
said
them all.
release
Yep,
them.
yeah. So she might have released like the first
Stage
gen.
ones, yeah.
Yep, and they got beaten.
Then Alvin said, because when he found out what Nick is, he mentioned, okay, what is the code to release everyone? So I thought
I think
Board
he
did
was.
that.
I think he was going to release them all once everybody got out.
Yeah,
That's what he was going to do.
yeah.
Because he said, I'm going to take this place down. So you make sure to get Nick out of here.
Yeah.
Because he was telling Will, like, you make sure to get Nick out of here. And then he never got the chance to do that because they were already all released.
Right. You're talking about Alvin?
Yeah.
And he's already laughing. Like, come on. He was like laughing out of that place.
Dude.
It was so dark. Full pun intended. What's going to happen to him? It's so dark.
That was the most intense, like, pun intended.
It was so
Like,
funny.
huh?
Yes, that's right.
So-
yeah, go ahead.
This is where things got real intense, though.
Yeah, hold on. So Will is getting worse with this withdrawal too.
Yeah.
Like we're starting to notice this because when
He's
Nick
getting
said you're shaking, yeah, you're
and
shaking.
He says
said,
because
"I-
he hasn't had his medicine.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
That was
Yeah.
so sad.
That was so sad for sure. Like I was talking to Wakka about this. When I was listening to what happened to Will in his let's say it's not an addiction. It's the whole medicine thing. It's like he has something to cure himself or to maintain himself. I told Wakka this. I don't think with people with blurry vision like me and relying on contact lenses and glasses, it's harder for us to survive an apocalypse because nobody else will be making contact lenses. It's tough. So I will be hopeless for sure. Like I'll be hoping story survival. I can't see anything. I have to, if my only pair of glasses broke, that's it. I'm done.
Then you gotta try and basically find infecteds that are still walking around with glasses, take them down, and pray it's your exact match or close enough so you can see.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for situations like that.
Do you think that, I mean, same guy, but I might change the topic. Do you think Will get through this whole drag out of the withdrawal, that he will get out of it? Like, or do you think he'll still need this, what is it called again?
Shoot, I had it. Stardust.
Yeah.
Yep, Stardust.
Do you think he'll still need it, or he's gonna get out of it?
I think he'll eventually get out of it.
Yeah.
Because of leaving where they're at, he's lost his supply. He's lost his connection to it. I think eventually he's gonna be done with it, and he's gonna get put into kind of a crossroad of he can get some if he does something that is against himself or his people.
Yeah.
Or
do you think
he's just gonna be completely out of it?
Do you think his withdrawal is strong enough for him to be like, I'm going back?
I think that's possible.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he will go back to Boar.
I think once he gets into the deepest stages of the withdrawal, I think
he
that's
might go
possible.
back. Yeah.
I don't think he will.
You don't think so?
I think he's more likely to die. Like his character will just get killed off,
or Skittles 2.0, and just completely lose it. You know,
just completely go off the grid.
Yeah.
Do you think Will was drugged on purpose because knowing how well he is, that they drugged him on purpose in the beginning so that when he
can rely on them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think, or was he a druggie from the start?
I can see the first part.
He was a slave first, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I bet while he was a slave, he got
A hold of him.
He got a hold of it somehow, like to kind of numb the whole slave labor stuff. And once they learned that they could control him with it, they might have taken advantage of it, or
That could happen.
he came in with some kind of addiction and
Yeah.
But I could.
Who did he ask first? I think he asked Nick. That's right. He asked Nick if he has Stardust.
Yeah.
I feel like Stardust is a common thing. I thought it was just a Prim thing.
I thought he asked the boar.
No. He asked Nick. When he saw Nick, he's like, "Hey, do you have Stardust?"
No, I don't think Nick, because Nick doesn't know what medicine he's talking about.
No, but he asked him first if he has.
When they first met or
when
whatever.
they first met. Hey, do you happen to have a Stardust? He said.
Okay.
Yeah. So the way it's either he just assumed that Nick knows what Stardust is, or it's a common thing. Like Stardust is a common thing around that area, you know.
That's true.
But Casey said that it was he just came up with the Stardust. He actually didn't know that Stardust is a real thing in our world.
I was
really?
wondering about that. Yeah.
He didn't know.
It's a narcotic.
It is a form of cocaine. And I commented that, or we mentioned that, and he commented in our YouTube. It's like, really? I didn't know that's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a narcotic
Nice.
from Vertigo or something.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Because I know it was a form of cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
I think it's like derived from, or it comes from Vertigo or something like that.
Yeah. So it's the way he talks about it seems like it's a normal thing in their time, because he was just asking Nick if you have Stardust. And Nekoma, continuing the funny bit of Nekoma, my feet are funny. my feet are funny. My
Seriously,
feet
all I
funny.
can picture is Nekoma being so high.
Yeah.
So,
we might see it later. And I thought there was only 3 types of dart.
Mm-hmm.
But this one that hit Nekoma, she's wearing it out. But the one that hit Vera is really heavy.
well, she also said that she has a better resistance to it.
Yeah,
Earlier,
said
she
that.
said she has a bit of a resistance to it.
Well, that makes so much sense then.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because it's the exact same one.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
She only
he
has
was
2.
given yellow and red.
Yep.
Yes.
Those were the only 2. So there wasn't 3. There was only given the 2.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
She might have more,
Before.
but those were the 2 that were given to
That makes sense.
Vincent.
Yes. Yep.
Um,
yeah. So did we mention who used the Mata pistol?
It was Nick.
It was Nick. Okay.
Because while Will was trying to open the door,
Yep.
Nick asked for the Mata pistol.
My second listen, I thought Nekoma grabbed the Mata pistol. Give me that, and then
Yeah,
shot
no.
it. I thought that's
When
what
she's
was
that
happening.
high, I wouldn't
no,
trust
right?
her.
she
Yeah.
can't use her arms yet from how it sounds.
Yeah.
But so he does. He shoots. He can't figure out how to reload it. So once they get to the other side, he gives it back to Will. Will reloads it. So that's how you do it.
Yep. And then he said when they caught up to Vincent. So before that, Will said, "You only have 3 ammo left, so make it count." And then
Immediately later.
He
Immediately
just
following.
used all 3. So I think
he
this.
used all 3 of them.
All right, you got 2.
Yeah.
1. All right, you're out.
So the cap on this mag, the mag on the Mata is 5, right?
No, it's not cap. He only has 3.
So
5.
he
No,
has,
no,
he has
total
1
times
shot.
he's-
He has 1 shot
Per
cartridge.
Yes.
Oh.
And they only have 5 total. That's it.
And
I
they
see.
used the first one before
to open the lock.
So after the lock they had 5 shots. They Will used 1 to take down the
Yeti.
The
Yeti.
The Yeti.
the Yeti.
Yeti.
The Letty.
Yeti.
So take
right.
that one. Nick shoots the second one right before they go
Yep.
in.
That's right.
And then they have 3 cartridges left. He reloads it. They see Vincent.
Yep.
Shot. Reloads. shot, reloads, shot, you're out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do long distance, so it's really give a big impact when it's close.
Yes,
Yeah,
which was always the Matagun's
That's always
biggest
been the Matagun.
weakness
Oh,
was
yeah.
distance.
Because if you think about it, it's not really like a normal ammo. It's not.
It's more like Roadhog's gun.
Yeah.
You're
And it's
shooting shrapnel.
Yeah, it's not. It's not powder. What do you call the
It's compressed air. It's not gunpowder.
gunpowder? It's not gunpowder. It's air. It's just put
Yeah,
in
yeah. It's all air compressed
yeah.
I see. That
metal
makes sense.
shards, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So I had it in my notes when Will said, "So make it count." Now he is making it count. Like, think about it though. He's trying to save Vera. He's making it count. You said make
He
it
was just
count.
dumb
Yeah,
with it. He was dumb with it.
dumb with it. Like at first when you shot it, it's like, oh, it's going that way. I'm gonna save it.
Well, and also once you realize it's not that accurate, why would you shoot it at the dude carrying Vera?
yeah. No, he put down
Like,
Vera.
did he? Yeah, he. Okay,
Yeah.
so he just like,
But still, it's
it's
Vera's
still too close.
Yeah.
So it's like, what if you hit her? What if you hit the plane in just the wrong place?
Yeah.
What if
Yeah.
you? So many what
He's
ifs.
dumb.
Nick was just dumb there.
Yeah, he was so dumb. And it's like the first shot, and then the second shot. That's when Vincent realized what's going on. I was like, "What the?" And then third shot. He said, "What are you doing?"
I could imagine Will when he just told him, make it count. I was like, I just told you what to do with the
He's
last
like, bro, you
three."
had one jab.
You have one job. It was just it's definitely a a Nick / Saul moment. You know what I mean? Like without
yeah.
even thinking. Like this is the moment I'm gonna take it. Like it didn't change from the point that he was shooting it to the point of going up to Vincent and
love how he
confronting him.
just
Like
says,
there's no changes. Like
There's more than one way to take him down.
yeah, why
Like,
can't you just keep it with you and then shoot him closer?
Did he have another weapon with him?
No.
I see.
Yeah, because
That makes
remember
sense.
when they were
because he ran
confronting
out
the
of shotgun
Yeti?
shots.
Yeah, and when they're
Okay.
confronting the Yeti, they got nothing. Like, oh, okay, what am I gonna do?
We're in trouble.
Yeah,
Oh, that makes
and
sense.
we'll save them. They only had that. So he confronted
Like
Vincent. They started talking like, "Where's Vera?" or "Give me back Vera," and things like that. And Vincent
Oh.
said, "You gotta go back.
Yes.
You know, you
this part.
need to go back." So now this is the most important part of this episode.
Oh man.
And there's so much discussions about this and the Facebook fan page and even during the live. Is this a complete confirmation of Vincent / Michael incident?
At first, initially, I thought yes, but it hit me like maybe Vincent just knows of the mission. Like he knew someone's already out there. He knew who they're about to target.
Yeah,
But I don't. It must not be him.
yeah.
Like it's someone else that was on the mission that he probably had some. What's the word I'm looking for? Had a part of it, like in the decision making.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I've got a couple thoughts because I still want to hold out. I still want to hold out that he's not like the big bad guy right now. Like even though that would just be a mission, so it would be like a almost like a lawful like neutral thing. Like he's like, I did it because I had to do it to get in the family.
Yeah.
Moment.
Or it could be like Michael got framed, and a lot of those
exactly.
stories,
Like like the higher ups said to do it, so I had to do it. Like that's really what it turned out to be. But my thought is no, he didn't do it. He might have learned of it before getting captured, before everybody got captured, because what if he was close enough and then he was spying on Westport or something like that and somehow hacked into the radios.
Yeah.
And so he overheard at the same time Vera did. There's also the possibility that, kind of he and Vera were bonding.
Yes,
Something was
That's
said.
what I thought too.
That's my
Like-
thought. Yeah.
Like, I really, because timeline wise, it just, to me, it could have happened.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense fully because it seems like everybody being captured and Michael dying happened seemingly within, or being attacked seemingly happened within the hour. Because it happened while they were all in the air, and we kind of believe that him and Alvin were captured. No, they would have had to have been captured before anybody else. because Alvin ran from where they got captured.
Right.
So you think the order would have been most likely Vincent, Alvin, everybody else.
Yeah.
My mind, Alvin could have been the last one.
Yeah.
But in my mind, that's how I saw it. And so it's like timeline wise, it just doesn't make sense to me. If it happened, obviously Casey's going to go into it and how it did make sense. He could have literally been cleaning the blood off of him from Michael, and that's how it started.
Yep.
Even though I don't think there would have really been blood on him because it seemed pretty clean job.
He's just like the babe naked for Nakoma to catch him.
Yeah, right. But like, so like, I'm definitely on the boat of I don't think he did it.
Yeah.
I definitely know that he knew it happened. But the how he knows is unclear yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he knows because of the Vera side of it. Maybe not being told specifically by Vera, but being either hearing it over the radio or being told by Vera.
I was leaning more towards with the and this could be like we're completely wrong.
Oh yeah,
you know, Vincent's guilty. You know, that could be the case. But I'm leaning towards more of Vera telling Vincent because Vera had to mention it to someone because she can't tell Nick about it.
Yes.
And she made a promise to Vincent not to tell Nick. You know what I mean? That's when you go with the part of Vincent telling, you know, when Vincent told Vera, I'm the most loyal, you know, I can be. When she, you know, she told Vincent, hey, listen, I have this thing with Nick. I gotta tell him, but I don't feel like, you know, things like that. Yeah, I don't think I can. And so I'm gonna tell you this because we gotten close about Michael and Pegs, and that was like a big moment. That was a big moment for Nick because it's like, how the heck do you know that name?
Right.
Yeah. How do you know who Pegs is?
Right.
Like that was I think that's why he said it then is because it was the right thing to stir him up.
Yes.
To completely catch him off. Like he's off his game now.
Yeah,
like no matter what he does next, he's off his game.
Yeah. And it's like if he said Michael, it's like, oh, I told you who Michael is, you know. But dropping a name Pegs, it was a big thing.
Right.
Yes.
It's definitely a big thing. So now they started fighting.
Yeah.
They started fighting, and this fight, when Vincent was letting
before that, I want to talk about like how the fight began because the way it started was pretty interesting from Vincent's perspective. So Nick runs up, he's like yelling like, yo, what the you doing? What the you doing? You traitor, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And Vincent's just kind of holding his ground like, stay back, like, you know what I can do with this. He pulls the spear on him and he's like, you know how quick I am with this thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know I can take you. What are you gonna do? And he's like, I saved your life, you owe me. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? You're right. I owe you. Throws the spear down. I'll give Vera. He's like, I'll give her to you if you beat me. Like, I'll give you that chance. I was like, one on one.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's crazy. Like, don't get me wrong. In Vincent's mind, there's a 0% chance of him losing. And that's not coming from an emotional place like Nick saying, there's no chance I'm going to lose. I will beat you because I have more to lose. Yeah. Vincent says, I'm trained. Yeah. There's no chance some emotional brat is about to take me.
Yep. Yeah. And we know that it's because, you know, being part of the family and all, and they got to be trained.
They're trained. Right. Yeah. Like we've been hearing all the way up to this point that they're trained in martial arts. They're trained in specific styles. Like they can all handle themselves. Yeah. Yeah. There is nobody in the original cast that could take Vincent as far as we know. Yeah. CJ's probably the closest.
Yeah. Yeah. Younger CJ.
Younger CJ. Yeah. Pre-injury.
Pre-injury. That's it.
Like, she's probably the only one that had a chance. And we know that because she did beat one of them.
Yep. Until she got distracted.
Yep. The only difference is Vincent is cold calculated versus Scratch was 100% emotional. Yeah. Everything she did was emotional. Yeah. Whether it was the family business, she would say, was still emotional. Yeah. It was all vendetta. Yeah. Yeah. So they go to the fight and Vincent's talking through several parts of the 6-second fight. Yeah. He's not struggling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is one of the most one-sided fights, one-sided encounters we've had through all of We're Alive. I don't think there's another one that's been so one-sided.
This fight, I have it in my notes. This fight reminds me of Hulk versus Thanos in the beginning of Infinity War. You know, like when Thanos is letting Hulk punch him and things like that. And one of his children said, "I'm gonna help him," and then it's like, "No, don't. Just let him have his fun." And Thanos like, "All right, I've had enough." That's what Vincent did. It's like, "All right, I've had enough."
Yeah, he's like kind of like seeing what he'll do. He's like, "Can you do it?" No, you can't. Gets behind him, chokes him out immediately.
Yeah.
And this is the part that hit the hardest out of the entire scene, because he seemed genuinely sorry.
Yeah, and he could have killed him.
Yes, he could have.
Yeah.
And he even basically said he was going to.
Yeah.
He said, like, if you come at me, like, you're not leaving. Mm-hmm. And so he gave him every mercy, even though it doesn't seem like it. He gave him every mercy.
Yeah.
And he choked him out, and while he's blacking out, he says, "I really am sorry."
Yeah.
And while, like, right before the fight, while they're talking, like, "Why are you taking her?" "I can't tell you that either."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, or "I can't tell you that." "Well, why can't you tell me?" "I can't tell you that either." Like,
Tell me something.
These are genuine, like, it's like one kind of the most actual emotional sides we've seen from Vincent.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because Ace is really biased towards Vincent.
I am. I like his character, and it's because I like the families, and the families are so interesting to me.
Yeah.
And so
he just really likes Vincent.
His character is very good.
He got to defend his boy. You know?
I do. I got to defend my homie.
I like him too.
Until the moment that he
him.
actually turns, and I'm like, "Yo, bury him."
when he left Nick there in the Coliseum, like, oh, bro, what?
Yeah, dude.
You know?
But then again, like, we're all like, we still like Vincent more than Nick.
Oh my god. Hey, let's be honest. We like Alex over Nick.
I say character development wise, so far, yes. I am waiting for Nick to have his moment.
Yeah.
He just has not had it yet, and everybody else has had a moment.
Right. Especially Alex. Holy smokes.
Yeah,
that
well,
dude.
and I think part of
Grew
it,
up.
is because like everybody else has been put into their strength so far. Nick hasn't. Nick hasn't been given a position where he's had a gun and he's able to take that soldier role.
Yeah.
He's been put everywhere around it, but not in it really yet.
And his
If him
trauma.
and Alex were swapped, I think he could have like taken off.
Yeah.
Like if just like the situation where Nick was able to leave, he somehow found the Atlas, came back with guns. Like I think it would have been great for him. Which it's better that it wasn't him, because it gave Alex the story that's been building since Gold Rush, that time to flourish.
I mean, if Nick watches Alex's mom's video, he's probably like, I gotta tell Alex about this. You know,
he would really like to see this.
Yeah, he would love to see this.
I hope I don't forget.
That's such a Nick thing. That's for sure.
But Nick has traumatic moments in this whole series, though. You know,
and
it's not even over yet because he still doesn't know that Michael's dead.
That's where his character development, I think, is going to start.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to start with Lisa.
Yeah,
but he flipped that switch so quick,
for real,
that it took away that character development, meaning that it's going to come in with another traumatic experience moment, which is going to be probably running into Pegs and then learning about Michael.
Yeah. So here I thought, and since we brought her up, Lisa, where Nick, because they're going to be flipping back scenes between Team B and Nick. The scene where Nick tells Will's like, we gotta catch up with them. I can't lose Vera. In my head, it's official. Lisa was just a very deep thing for him. It was just a thing. And even though it seemed like they had something good going on, it was just a thing. It was just a thing.
Like the thought of her. Didn't really like her, apparently.
Yeah. Like she died right in front of it. And then, of course, he had that whole moment. And then Vera drops the bomb of the thing that she's been holding to tell Nick
for all this time,
and then Nick flips.
Well, some might say she might be his list of her problem. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Might say the thought of her was a knockout.
I was saying Lisa for his problem.
Lisa.
Oh no, I heard what you said.
Yeah,
I heard it too. I heard it.
Yeah. That whole fight, and then Nick got choked and passed out.
Yep.
Right? He just got choked and passed out like a chicken, according to Nicoma.
Like her character right now, man.
You got choked like a chicken. So when Will and Nicoma woke up Nick, that's when he realized he's gone, we gotta catch up to him. And then they realized they no, it was Will suggested to go and get another plane, and Nicole said that's the exact same plane that they were using, so it can reach there. She's like on point. She's
even though she's high
enough.
Even though she's high, she's still thinking.
And that's when she said, "Look, I can move my pinky now. I can move my pinky."
So I thought it was cool how they did this transition too, because he got choked out into the break and woke up out of the break.
This is where
I like that the last couple episodes they've been doing that as like an obvious time has passed. Like for them it was probably like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. But it's still time passed.
And this is where Casey was out of the picture, and then he was slowly coming in.
It was funny. He was getting like, this is where he was getting strangled.
He was getting
strangled as they went into commercial and left. And then you just saw his hand like slowly coming up onto the couch, like sliding.
No, but
in,
the
and
life,
like, and I'm awake.
The life, the life didn't have a commercial. It just had that, did he have a "We'll be right back"?
It had the "We'll be right back."
Yeah. But didn't have a commercial.
Well, I mean, that's what Spotify has right now too. It's just the "We'll be right back," and then that was it.
I thought he had that.
At first, I thought they were just goofing around, but it just dawned on me it was, he was playing out the show.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Until I realized, I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's waking up! It's alive! It's a reenactment."
And now we went back to the OG. Victor starting off with a joke. Victor said, "She's getting heavy." Riley, "Excuse me?" That was good. This is why I think, I don't know, it might still be 50-50, but I'm leaning towards I'm thinking that she might not dead. She might not die.
Yes.
I don't think she's gonna
like
go.
it's joking.
It got too
around.
lighthearted afterwards.
It's very lighthearted.
That's a good point.
Yeah. It was just, going back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah, and I mean, this line alone, "I've never been shot before.
Yeah.
I do not like it.
I do not like it.
I do not like it."
I'm like, I don't think anyone would like it.
She's a trooper. She's definitely a trooper, bro.
I mean,
she took that.
Out of all the OGs, like outside of the soldiers, she's been through the most crap.
Yeah. I mean, we know this. Us guys, we guys, we're so whiny when we have flu. You know what I mean? I can't get out.
I don't want to talk
I'm just
about
gonna
it.
stay in bed. I can't do it, bro. I'm such a whiner. I can't do the dizziness. Like I'm just gonna stay in bed. I can't do dizziness. I can do headache. I can do any of the flu. Right, babe? I can do flu.
The look on her face.
So they're starting to load Riley. I'm gonna mention what Bird said last heli out of Saigon, and I looked up his age because his age is 80. It makes sense that he is a Vietnam War vet. Saigon is in Vietnam. They changed the name.
Last Saigon.
Yep.
Chopper
the
heading
last,
out.
Yep. Last chopper out of Saigon. So he is a Vietnam War vet. So it makes sense because I looked up like what are the ages of Vietnam War veteran. They said it's about 55 to 90 years old.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Or 70 to 90. I don't know. It's between those age.
That age range. Yeah.
So it makes sense that he's a Vietnam War vet. So while they're leaving, and this one is just them leaving is just typical, conversations between all of them.
And one thing is, Mira was doing a lot with taking charge because she's like, strap her in, like, you can lay her down but still strap her in. Use the med kit.
Yeah.
The first aid kit that's under the seat.
Yep.
It's gonna have a patch to help stop the bleeding.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Bro, so
like she knew all of it.
Yeah. The family is such well-rounded with all of it, and we already know this, but in this episode alone, with Vincent, between Vincent, not including Boar, but between Vincent, Mara and Ruth towards the end with Pegs and Dean, bro, there was just meticulous.
They went through. They went through combat.
Yep.
Flight. And information, like planting information.
Yeah, even because with what Ruth did, it's cybersecurity. Like she put the information there.
Yeah, exactly. She planted.
She planted it. Yeah.
Which lives up to the freaking name of Blackburn. Now
Right.
that we've learned that they're all
Right.
about not being seen and
Yeah.
like information and
There
stuff.
has to be a school. They call it the family school. There has to be a school to learn all this.
Yeah,
because they're
yeah.
like you said, they're
They're all
all
homeschooled.
very well rounded.
Right.
They're just all homeschooled. It's okay.
Okay.
I feel like they're.
That's
I
true.
feel like Mara's better than Michael. You know what I mean? Like with
in leadership or just in skill in general.
it's just in skill in general. All of those things that she's like. I don't think Michael. I don't know.
I think Michael's better with information specifically.
Yeah, because he was intelligent.
But when it comes to combat
Yeah.
and all that
Yeah.
stuff,
Mira.
exactly.
Right. Absolutely.
Because I think that out of everyone we've seen so far, he is the best with information.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's because that was his literal whole career was just information. So yeah, like a lot of the family is getting to learn like some of the background deals and stuff like that. He knows how to get the overhead and the specific sites of things a
Right.
lot better
Yeah.
than them.
And also, it's like maybe because we didn't have the whole Bert perspective compared to Story Survival that they writing notes.
He only did a couple.
Bert almost immediately butt heads with Michael. You know what I mean? But with here, like he's getting along with Mara. You know,
Yes,
so leadership is like,
And
people are getting along with Mara.
Yeah, and that's because Mira's a lot more charismatic than Michael is. Michael was always really awkward.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
not a charismatic leader.
Right.
He
Right.
was an informational leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he tried to be a charismatic leader, he got booted out of office, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, CJ
and-
took over.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's when Bert took over the first
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
Because
that
he tried
time
to be
around?
that leader,
Yep.
and he's like, "Well, what do you want from me?" Like,
Yeah.
he's like, "I'm not a leader."
Right.
So what do you want from me?
Right.
And so he broke down.
Yeah.
Because he's like, all I have is facts and information and theories and stuff that we can put together.
Right,
That's
right.
all he has
Yeah.
as a leader.
Yeah.
But because he could do that, people are like, we'd rather have a smart leader than a loud leader. And that's kind of what his character became the whole time. He was the smart leader, not the loud leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then CJ was a smart but charismatic leader. She was a charismatic leader who was smart.
Yeah.
That's why she still held Michael in her right pocket, because she's like, you're smarter than me when it comes to
all
like
information.
Right.
information.
Yeah.
You're smarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she was great with strategy and everything else.
Yes, but so she could do the strategy. She could do a lot of the informational things and pseudo informational things
yeah.
charismatically.
Yeah. And this is why Ruth and Mara blends together perfectly. It's just perfectly. Because
Yeah.
Ruth is information for sure. So Nakoma, so they saw Nick while
Yep.
Nick is loading the plane, and you see the transition of Bert yelling at Nick, and then go to Nick hearing
That was
Bert
really
yelling
cool.
at
That was
him.
really
Yeah.
cool. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
I love that.
great.
That was like a really powerful scene in a different way.
That was great.
Because it seemed they're not doing it, but it seemed like they were graduating all the OGs at once, like
Yeah.
for this moment
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So Nakoma told Will to, because she said, I can fly the plane, and Will said, I don't think that's a good idea.
Look,
I couldn't move my pinky. And then Nakoma telling Will to put her in the cockpit, and she will tell Will what to do. And Will's like, Nakoma is like, what?
just call them out so quick.
What?
Funny.
Now, when we went back to the OG, bro, Bert is thinking the same thing. Like Bert answered the things that we talked about from the previous episode.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Bert said, "Yeah, we made everything worse.
Like,
We should have trusted them.
They never needed us, did
Yeah,
they?
they never needed us." And even Kelly said, "Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I just didn't want to say it out loud."
Yeah.
But Casey literally answered all these questions for us, so we don't have to that's a plot hole, And
Yeah.
he did it again later on. But yeah, he answered it. Bert said, "We should have trusted them. We made everything worse
Yeah.
because they got out. Now they had to play again because of us."
And this explosion happened, and this
Yeah.
battle happened, and
Yeah.
they lost somebody, and like
It's all because of us, and
Yeah.
it was great. That moment was good.
It was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
I loved this scene. It was the more touching scene
And
for
especially
the finale.
and especially coming from Bert, because Bert is hardhead. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
like
he's definitely gotten
prideful.
soft in
Yeah.
his age
Oh,
with,
yeah.
with the kids, but I love it because that's just another depth to his character. Because
Yeah.
his character did have a lot of round edges, like
Yeah,
Definitely.
like you would say he's like really like cutting corner, but he's not.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
character is so dynamic and so beautiful.
Yeah, because Bert will be. I can see Bert saying, No, it's not our fault. No, we did our job.
Yeah.
But no, he took the blame.
Exactly.
Now after that,
Jump to Gloria.
Yep, we jumped to Grant, Gloria,
Yeah.
Alex, and Dot.
So for like they all take off.
Yeah.
That's where that ends. Like those
Yeah.
those two groups fly off, in their respective ways,
Yeah.
going to do different, very very different places. Then jump to Gloria and Grant, finishing up their like little bit of combat.
Yep. So jumping into that one, this one's really good. The way Casey covered plot holes. He literally covered plot holes in here. Because when we met with them, Grant asking Alex and Dot about being from Westport, right? And Casey covering all of the potential plot holes in the story. Like the OG really didn't know anything. Like he
Yeah.
didn't really know anything. And Grant not knowing about Lisa. Because we can, some might assume that, wait, there's no way he wouldn't know that Lisa's dead. Isn't it playing all over Prim?
The slaves probably don't have any.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Information.
And
That
Casey
makes
answered
sense.
it. He's like, no, and literally Grant said we don't hear much inside the camps.
Yeah.
So he covered the plot holes.
Nice.
You know, that was
makes
good.
sense.
That was really good.
Yeah, it's very well done and very thorough.
Yeah. So he didn't know that Lisa's dead. That's another information that.
Grant.
So Alex didn't know that Lisa's dead.
Correct.
None of them
So
do.
as of right now,
He assumes because he heard only 3 names. He only heard when he was on his way or heard over the radio. He only heard the 2 Guardians and Vincent,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
and so he
No, I'm
presumed.
talking about like Alex.
Yeah, Alex only assumes that Lisa's gone.
No, Alex. When he saw Grant, he's like, "Oh, you're Lisa's dad." Like,
Oh,
didn't
no,
know.
he
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, yeah. No,
no idea.
yeah. It doesn't seem like he has any idea. He should, because they share a
You're
last
right.
name, and military, you're normally
Yeah, with the family. right?
normally mentioned by your family name, not your
Yeah,
given name.
Oh, so
So-
it's Lisa Grant?
it is Lisa Grant.
So it's very interesting to me that's
Yeah.
that wasn't clicked, but
Right.
they're in a lot of chaos, so it might not be thought through very well.
Right.
I-
From
I would-
his perspective,
exactly.
I forgot that Grant is his last name because I forgot that's
he's
what Lisa
addressed
said.
by his last
Yeah,
name.
that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe that's what she said.
Yep.
That's right.
So now Gloria's gonna take him to the Atlas.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Bro, Gloria's character is a big step
Oh, yeah.
up.
Oh,
I literally put like she's grown so much.
Right?
Like the moment that even Alex is like, wait, you're gonna like take everyone back to the Atlas, and she says, yeah, well, you're gonna lose like a lot of your resources.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
They're
your
just
stuff. It's just
Yeah.
it's only stuff.
It's only stuff.
She said that, and I was like, oh, Gloria.
Now,
For real.
when she said that, was that mentioned in Gold Rush?
She talked about how she cared more about her stuff.
Yeah, no,
than other people.
I know, but I'm talking about. Was it? I don't think it was Dean's. I think it was Dean's mom who said, "Gloria, it's just stuff." I feel like I don't know. I might be. It might be a Mandela effect.
It's whose mom?
Sorry, Alex.
There you
Yeah, Alex' mom's told Gloria,
Oh.
"Gloria, it's just stuff."
Yes.
Oh, I
You
see.
know,
Yeah.
that might be a mentioned thing, and now Gloria's like calling back. And
Exactly,
telling
because
Alex.
she's remembering like it is only stuff,
Yeah.
and the stuff is what killed
yeah,
one of her only friends left,
Yeah.
and completely
Ended up- yep.
left her alone
Seriously.
for 18 years.
Yeah, her
almost.
18 years of solitude really shaped her.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? Yeah, put you in shape too, because 18 years of not. So now we go back to a little bit moment of Boar. Boar just found out that all of the laborers or workers are
All the
gone.
workers,
yep.
Yeah, workers are
All
gone.
the workforce.
Yeah, the
That's-
workforce.
The workforce.
No
left.
workforce, because they're not workforce. They're not just workforce. Boar, you know who they are.
They're forced to work.
That's good. That's good. That's awesome.
Sorry.
That was awesome.
Oh, no.
That was awesome. And then we found out that Walrus is close.
So he's 50 miles out.
Yep,
yep.
With the blood sample going
Yep.
to the Republic.
Yes. And that's when she heard about the workforce being gone, and so she has to send all of his army soldiers to grab the
Send
workforce.
half of all the soldiers
Mm-hmm.
with her to go.
Yeah. And then she said to grab him, and Walrus said, what did Walter say? Oh, there's not enough of plane there anymore, so make sure you
Right.
find something because you might not get out.
Yeah.
Now she made a quote, and I had to Google this quote. She said that every win is fair when you're flying from misfortune. That quote is from one of the he's a Greek tragedians. I don't know if that's what you pronounce. It's like a tragedy, but it's different kinds. Tragedian. His name is Sophocles. Sophocles. No, that was good. Sophocles. You know, just a fun fact about Sophocles. I guess I had to Google how he died because it might be like a Casey way of how is she gonna die because she quoted him. He died. The most famous suggestion of the way he died is from the strain of trying to recite a long sentence from his Antigone without pausing to take a breath. That's how he died. So I was like, I don't think that's how Boris gonna die. Sophocles, yeah, it's a quote from Sophocles. Yeah, everyone is fair when you're flying. Yeah, from misfortune. Yes, I'm rubbing off on them. Okay. Then we go to Pegs and Dean leaving with Ruth. Helping them, giving them information. Dean's like, "Are you sure you want to go?" And then they're gonna end up in Republic. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be a reunion, a big reunion in Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to the director.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
She's assuming that Nick's there.
Yes.
Yes.
That is the assumption right now.
But what you assume is gonna end up being right, because Nick is gonna end up being there.
That's true.
I would say he's not directly going to the director now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
following
He'll make his
Vincent
way
right
there
now.
because of Will, but
Yeah.
that's not his first stop.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And now we end up before the post credit, but we end up in this story with Alvin. Here comes Alvin. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, I just remembered. So when Dean made his little cool move, hearing from Control Center,
Yeah.
he then he mentions, okay, I can see you guys manifest or whatever thing to
Yeah.
fly out. Then he says something. Did he say?
I loved that line there.
Yeah.
Did he say "mon" in a Jamaican way, or how did he say that line at the end?
Oh, he said thanks, Mom.
He's just said thanks, Mom. It was Ruth finding the information there.
Oh, so it was
sent the
Mom.
information.
Yeah. Ruth put the
So
information there.
the
Then
line
it-
that
now
I'm
it hits.
the
Yeah.
line that I'm talking about is Peg says, "You people are scary,"
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
says, "Only when we're not on your side."
Yeah.
All this time, now it clicks because
Yeah.
all this time I thought Dean was saying "yes, mon" in a Jamaican way.
No,
I'm like,
no, thanks, Mom.
Mom?
Yeah, thanks. It's Ruth.
Yeah, because he was like, he's like, "Oh, there must be a mistake. We're not seeing the manifesto, whatever." And he goes, 3, 2, 1. Oh, never mind. It was a mistake. I got it right here.
Yeah.
And so then he replies with thanks, Mom,
Thanks,
because she's the one who got it to them.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
All right, so Alvin got out of the infection facility.
Oh, you mean the management, infection management? Or is
Yeah,
it-
well, facility. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever that was the word. He got out. It's like, oh, everybody's gone, and then he did a little prayer. Nick, I hope you get out, and things like
Yeah.
that. And it's like,
Yeah,
I
because he
think-
sees them like fly off.
yeah, and then it's like it might be safer inside. Swipe, nope. Swipe, nope. Come on, swipe, nope. And
he
then-
hears.
And then right before we do finish this one off, I did want to mention with the Alex part that we missed. One of the last things you see from them is they see everybody
Oh, yeah.
else leaving
Yep,
because
yep.
they were worried about everyone
Yep.
else catching up, and they see everyone leaving. Like, oh, that's our chopper. Okay,
that's
at least
right.
everyone got out.
The Black Swan.
I did want to mention that real
Yeah.
quick, just because that is kind of an important moment. But
And then
so he wants to get to the monorail depot.
Yep, he saw Buffalo
And
Bill.
he's like, nope. And because
Goes
he
back.
hears the infected, and that's
Yeah.
why he's like, safer inside.
Yeah.
And then Bill comes up to him,
Yep, Buffalo
and
Bill.
he's like, wait, you guys aren't fighting? Like, what
no,
happened?
at first he said Buffalo Bill. It's like,
He says,
what
something.
happened to your eyes?
Yep.
Yeah, they're not the same anymore.
They're not green.
They're not green. And then in the background, you can hear some other
Well,
infected.
He says, "Why weren't you fighting?" And then he
Yeah,
hears
Fredo comes
Fredo, and he's like, "Why aren't you guys?"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and it was like a
Yeah.
second question of it.
Yep. Now, this theory has been a long time theory for the three of us. We've talked about this, what's going to happen when Cole shows up, because we know Cole is going to show up in Prim and what's going to happen, and we're right.
Yeah.
This is one of the possibilities that might happen. Because a little bit of possibilities, like they will fight Cole,
Yeah, and
but most likely Cole, is going to recruit them.
there was kind of two ways that, in my mind, it could go. Either Cole was going to put them in their place and be like the alpha,
Yeah.
kind of like how Bill became the alpha by beating the alpha, and then he was just the winner. So it kind of had the option of doing that, but because it's different for all the different tribes, I didn't think that was the way it would go.
Yeah.
I thought it would be more of a taking over, which is definitely what it's looking like, because all their eyes are turning black now.
So I think Cole bit him.
Yes, that's what I believe.
I think so.
Yep, Cole beat him.
Because that's what happened to.
Because that's what happened with Alvin. Yep.
I don't think Alvin turned completely though.
He's in the process.
Oh, bro.
He's turned.
Yeah, that
This
really
is the
last
process.
part.
Yeah, you hear the process, and you hear, like, I think it's basically one of his last, what might be one of his last English words.
Because he said when he was turning, and by the way, when Cole bit him, or before even Cole bit him, when Alvin said, "I know you," you can hear Cole laughing. Might not
He's like,
be,
"Do you
but
remember me?"
it sounded like it's laugh. And then when he bit him, Cole started laughing again. Like, the dude is crazy mental. When he was, this feels like he is the Descendants. I feel like Descendants is talking about Cole being Descendants of Ink, because this is like an Ink 2.0.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I
that
mean?
is
like a lot stronger.
That's
though.
definitely what I'm thinking at this
Big
point
time.
as well.
Yeah. Like We're Alive Descendants is Ink's Descendants
Ink.
2.0. Yeah.
And then Cole bites him, and this is outside of the whole show. This is where the funny part happened during the show.
Yeah. I can feel it inside me.
So he's slowly turning. Like it's pretty fast, all in
Yeah.
all. But
Yeah.
like in the moment, it seems super slow, because this is the first time we've heard anyone kind of talking through the stages.
Yep. Instead of just grunting
turning,
or screaming like
But that's not what happened to Judd though. Judd got bit, and his transition.
Well, because we're far, like the point of view of Judd is they were running away from Judd, so you can't hear him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But here, Alvin is right there. So if you think, like, if you picture like the camera in front of Alvin, but with Judd, it's like the point of view is them looking at Judd, and he's turning like a few yards away.
Yeah.
So you can't really hear what's going on with him.
So this is like an exact like POV, like you're turning.
Yeah.
The closest thing we've had to this was Datu.
Datu, yes.
But his was super drawn out, and so he basically experienced like everything that Datu experienced, but in like that minute and a half, 2 minutes.
And Tommy,
Yeah.
But Tommy, I feel like is hiding it. Like he's turning.
There was a lot of confusion there too.
Yeah.
Because his wasn't a bite. That's the big difference. His wasn't a bite.
Oh yeah.
And when you're bit, it's a lot more of a concentration, so people turn faster. From what we've understood so far,
How did he get infected?
he got infected through the gunshot. The blood splattered on him.
Oh, that's right. That's why they keep cleaning the gun. Oh, okay, or the weapons.
They were like trying to wipe him off and get the blood off of him while
That
he was
makes
in
sense.
the tub.
Yeah.
Because like it's like, or well, not while he was in the tub, like while they were trying to get him to a tub to wash off. And they're like, "Just let me clean you," and he's like, "No," and he started getting more aggressive, and that was it. So it was a very big lack of understanding.
Yeah.
This is somebody who has full understanding of infection.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Like this guy is well informed.
Yeah. And he just gave in. He gave in that, and then he said in the last
line.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm listening. And then pause. And then he said, I'm listening again with the infected blended sound.
Yes.
Oh, man, that
Yeah.
was dark.
Now, to end this, I feel like going to the season 2 and season 3, I don't know if Casey's gonna go with this storyline. Because we've been hearing a lot more of infected talking in Descendants than in Story Survival.
They've been a lot more communicative.
Yeah, a lot of
It's because there's
communication.
not like that. It's not a hive mind as much.
Right. So
It's not just.
I feel like and this might be really far fetched. I feel like they might recruit like a Datu 2.0 kind of person who got bit and then starting to understand the infected, and now they start to communicate with them. Like, what do you want? How
Yeah.
can we resolve this? it might be too far fetched, but with the way the whole
It
storyline
almost
is
seems
going
like
with the
Nick,
communication,
Nick could go into that because of being bit.
Mm-hmm.
The way he did, like that's kind of my closest thought.
Like he's starting to understand them.
It was almost like he could understand them already.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And so, which could come from a couple different things, but
yeah.
he seemed like he almost understood it. Like something was just off, and maybe with being bit, it could flick the switch.
It's just like the Hulk thing, right? Where he was, I guess his blood was special, and then all he needed was the gamma ray to generate,
Oh,
to
yeah,
kick
yeah.
it off.
Yeah,
Right.
So it was in dormant, and
Yeah.
then the bite was what triggered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it made his body go into overdrive,
Yeah.
and it just stays in overdrive because it's constantly fighting the new infection while having the antibodies from the original infection.
Yeah.
That's
So
So
on and so
crazy.
forth.
that's what I think it might go in the season 2 and season 3. Which, by the way, Casey said season 2 is his favorite. He loves season 2.
Oh yes.
nice.
Okay, so that is the way the episode officially ends. Then they go into the outro, the credits. We get to hear everybody. We get an ad, and then we get a scene that comes after.
Yep. And this scene is when we find out that there's a war about to happen.
This is how we find out what season 2 is going to be all about.
Yeah. So CJ is praying to Vera, or as if she's talking to Vera. It's like,
Vera, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Dora barges in, reporting in the Republic is coming.
Yeah, Republic's
Now I kept count of what she said: 100 tanks, and they didn't give a number of how many.
Countless
troops.
red coat
Yep.
troops.
Countless red coats.
So it's
They're on their way to Westport
this war is
right now.
So apparently the war is Crips versus Bloods. That's
No. He's got a point.
He patronized me after all of the antagonizing me. It's like, and then he caught me off guard. It's like, wait, he's agreeing with me? All right. Well, that's it, bro. Do you guys have any?
I'm excited for what's next.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
So the episode actually ends with Vera saying,
CJ.
CJ, sorry, CJ actually saying like, I never thought it would come to this, but we have to do it. What are you talking about? Our only option, we're at war.
We're at war.
Going
Yeah.
to war.
Yeah. Isn't that the finale of season 1 is Story Survival? The war?
The war was the finale.
It was the title,
That was the
though,
that was the
about the
chapter
war.
title. Yeah. Technically, chapter 1 season finale ended with the end of the war, like the war
Yeah,
finished,
yeah,
because the war was just the finale, really.
Yeah.
Well, the first
That
one.
might be a nod. That might be a Casey Whalen nod.
It seemed like it,
yeah,
because my
season one,
first
the
thought was
war.
like season 1.
Yeah. That was good. That was good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining with us. If there's anything that you don't agree, please comment down below. If there's anything that we're like, yo, that's a good theory.
If you don't like
That's
it, keep
great.
it to yo dang.
Yeah, no comment. Like seriously, that's good for algorithm.
love it. We love it.
That's good for algorithm.
Good for algorithm.
That's good for algorithm. If you don't like
Good
it,
for-
comment it. And if you do love our theories, let us know as well, because Casey will tell us for sure. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining with us.
Yeah.
We're not the couch guys. We're someone else. But we'll see you guys later. Bye.
I need an adult.
We need an adult.
I need an adult.